It's time for ignition and straight up automobile pimping.
Dude, where's my car?
Welcome back to Dude, Where's My Car? I'm Tom, your regular co-host, and I have my other regular co-host with me, Tony.
What do we have today?
It is Chinese New Year, Year of the Dragon. Mr. Hong.
Hello. Welcome back.
I often wonder, do you wake up just really angry and ferocious like a dragon in the morning? Or I often wonder how you wake up in the morning. Like, are you super tired? Are you energetic? Are you just like, I'm going to fucking kill today? Like,
I try to wake up pretty happy. Nothing crazy, but wake up happy because it's a big fucking day ahead.
And then next minute, 8 o'clock rolls into chaos and his big Frank is yelling at him and is like, ah!
Fucking phone's going off. The mobile's going off. You're like, fuck.
Well, in the spirit of the Year of the Dragon, Kung Si Fa Sai.
Thank you. Gong Xi Fa Zai.
Yeah.
Hongbo Na Lai. What the fuck is that?
It means hope you get rich.
And then also give me money.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's a great segue into our beautiful guest this evening on tonight's show. We're filming this in the evening.
Indeed. On a different night than our regular.
On a different night, on a Monday.
On a Monday, yes.
Nobody likes Monday. All right, I'll get to it. Ashton, you are an interesting guest and our first guest ever who's actually a natural born racer. You have quite a career in go-karts ahead of you, and you are also not a novice when you get behind the wheel of a real big car either. I'm pretty excited for this episode today, bro. I've got some delicious questions for you about racing. I think we can all learn a thing or two of you today, bro. Ashton, how you going?
Yeah, good, mate. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm excited for this. It's going to be sick.
Excellent, bro. I'm honestly, I'm really, really keen. I know we've probably written out like a million questions, but knowing every podcast we do, we get to about 1/4 of it and just get completely off topic. But this is your first time on camera, eh?
Yeah, fucking nervous.
How are you feeling?
Tell you what, heart's going through the chest right now, but that's all right. It's like every single time you sit down and see it about to go on the track anyway.
What do you think? Is it more nerve-wracking on here or is it behind the wheels at Eastern Creek?
Oh, definitely here.
Well, I tell you what, after a little bit, hopefully you'll be able to conquer both and you'll just do it with your eyes closed. So, mate, in this podcast, we normally dive through everyone's story, how they got into cars and whatnot. And I do really want to tackle that stuff with you today. I think the real meat and bones of what we're going to discuss is sort of the nuances to driving and sort of the mindset of things, like how you get prepped. And like, I feel like we could learn a lot from you from that. How in the world did you get into cars? Where did it start?
So it started back when I lived over the bridge, and my grandfather had a car dropped from where he gets serviced, and it was one of his race cars, which was a Maserati, an old Maserati, which had completely spent too much money on, and it was absolute fucking sick. Absolutely loved it. Dad took me around the block to just get it onto the trailer to send it up to Queensland because that's where he lived. And he fanged it, and I still just remember that moment to this day. It was white with orange wheels. It was fucking sick.
Fuck yeah, orange wheels.
Yeah. Absolutely just fucking loved it. It was, still remember it to this day.
What spec was it, sorry? What was the car, make and model? Sorry.
It was Maserati, like full ball race car. I don't remember the model or anything like that. But yeah, it was like when I was like 4 or 5, and I could barely even see over the fucking dash. I was sitting on probably a fucking pillow or something. Yeah. I just couldn't fucking see it. Just absolutely ringing my ears out.
Back in the day when things were fast and loose on the road, with all the laws that were really going around at the time, arguably before New South Wales became a nanny state, I would say.
Oh, yeah. Tell you what, you got to be literally on your tiptoes now.
Yeah, I bet. And we'll actually get into a conversation about that later. So your grandfather was sort of the intro. How did that sort of channel things into, like, was your old man next in line? Like, was it then you, or did it skip a generation?
No. It was definitely Dad than me. So pretty much he was karting. He still is to this day. He was karting a year or two before I was born. He started then, and then obviously I would come along with Mum and whatnot, watch, and I would love that. They would go along like maybe twice or 3 times a year. It was fucking sick. And then as more time progressed and whatnot, I was allowed to go on the track as juniors, where it would be like one or two blokes, and it was myself and one of my friends, Jake, who would go around the track, and then we progressed into seniors, and then into actually racing karts with them.
What age can you start doing that?
You can, well, for juniors or actually racing.
Well, when did you start?
Just start.
Oh, I think I started around like 7.
Fuck.
3 years after the Maserati, he was in his own go-kart fucking racing around the block.
Yeah, no, it was sick. There were a few times where I actually pushed down just a cart down the straight where it didn't have any motors or anything. It would just be a rolling chassis. It would take me like 5 minutes to push up my straight and just jump in it from the top and just roll down as fast as I could with just brakes.
So all I'm hearing is when we used to ride on those little 3-wheel bikes, this dude was in fucking go-karts. Wow.
Yeah, no, it was sick. Yeah, it was about 3 or 4 years in each like area. So like juniors, 3 or 4 years. You were allowed to start like actually racing when you were 16. So
Sorry, when you mean actually racing, do you mean competitively or?
Yeah, like within the group that I was in,
Okay.
which was TACA, which was statewide. There were a few events which I wasn't there for, that they would go to Queensland or Victoria or wherever. But yeah, it was either they would go around to normally within like 5-6 hours worth of like around Sydney. So like you go to Bega, Orange, Tamworth, Coffs, Port. There was one also in, oh my God, Eastern Creek. There we go. Trying to fucking figure out the words.
Might be the most important, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was literally right behind the actual racetrack. As you go down to go get Macca's, just down the back straight, and you just walk across. It's literally there on the other side of the high karts.
Yeah.
That's where that is. One of the best tracks, tell you what, a lot of fun.
Because it's in the dome now, right?
No. So that's where the motocross is.
Oh, okay.
So there's motocross, like actually like proper karting, and then there's the rentals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, it's a fair bit there.
Red hot question. Are you like equally as good as tearing it up on the track as you are playing Mario Kart 64? Or you...
Oh, fuck. I love Mario Kart. I always race Hannah in Mario Kart all the time. She tells me to stop doing shit because I keep winning.
So it's true, the lines that you practice in real life really transfer over to video games.
100%.
Yeah,
the more
fuck
you
it.
drift till it goes gold and you get speed boosts.
Fuck it. Is there, do you think arguably having an advantage racing your whole life, you have a massive advantage over everyone else, but what do you think you learnt the most going from like 7 years old to 16 years old to, I guess, the age you are now? How old are you now?
I'm 20.
Yeah, fuck. So what's the biggest takeaways? Like, what are the things that you've learnt?
Probably actually trusting in the material that's underneath you. Like there's actually a fair bit of grip. There's a fair bit of turning. You're just not willing to try and push because everyone is scared going into turn 1, especially at Eastern Creek when I've been in actual karts and like no one actually knows like how fast to actually go. Like the only way to find out is by messing up or
Yeah.
or unless you find a big snap of oversteer, understeer, something along the lines of that, then you actually know you're actually on the limit.
What was the worst thing that's ever happened to you on karts?
Honestly, I've actually been pretty lucky. Like there's been I've been racing a few times where people have actually like rolled over and ambulance has been called, broken shoulder bones, arms, all that sort of stuff. Nothing really below the legs, like concussions when just big pile-ups happen, but there are not that many pile-ups to be fair. Everyone is okay, but I tell you what, the start is absolutely rough, to say the least.
Yeah.
If you're just out by a little bit, like out by the line and you left half a cart, they'll be half on the grass and on the track, and they'll get past you, and there will be 3 others that slingshot off him through. So if the first lap is most dangerous, you've just got to be there. If you're not there, then you're not. You're going to drop like 5-6 spots.
I'd argue. I'm just trying to think in my mind here. If you wake up and you're generally like you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, you're having a bad day. I don't know if it's a fucking headache or you're just not feeling yourself. Would you just not race that day, or would you take a Panadol, harden the fuck up, and just go, I can do it? Because it sounds like the first lap, you need to be on your toes, and if you're not in the headspace, like it's not worth racing.
Well, luckily there's it's endurance racing, so you race for anywhere between 4 and 8 hours, depending on what track it is and whatnot and what sort of event. But so depending if you actually are, like, generally no, you just got to be a man and not be an absolute bitch about
Say it. Just say it.
Be a bitch.
Wait, let me
Just
cut you
not
short.
be a bitch.
4 to 8 hours of, it's not consistent racing. It's like sessions.
It's full on consistent.
Consistent racing with
Yeah.
just one driver, or is it like
No.
swapping?
No, it's like endurance racing. You switch out. You've got anywhere between 2 and 4 drivers.
Why do you think those bruises are so fucking gnarly on the back
They
ribs?
suck, especially when it's a double race, Saturday and Sunday, 4 hours both days. Oh, I tell you what, driving home is fucked. It's fucked.
Guy needs like a fucking limousine just to get home so he can lay flat.
He's really just stuck in that 90-degree position. Just, I can't move. Fuck.
And even some of the boys bring fucking ice baths, use the bins, clean the bins out, like actual garbage bins.
Yeah, and just sit.
Just jump in
Just
it.
sit in there like full, just ice bath in a bin. And it's, I tell you what, they're a bit special because the bins aren't clean.
No.
They're just aren't
you don't
clean.
care.
You don't care, but still, like, the people who jump in out, is like, nah. I'd rather deal with the pain.
Yeah.
'Cause some of those boys are absolutely fucking grubby.
But the mental pain as well, though.
Mental pain.
It must fuck with you.
Oh, it's nothing. Like, honestly, I'd prefer to deal with physical pain over fucking being drenched and there's a fucking safety cut. Holy fuck. Like, you're warm and then you go to ice. Like, dead set. You can't bend your fingers. You can't do anything. Absolutely sucks.
And there's no horror stories off the back of that. Like when you come home, you're like, I can't. You're either like so tired, but you're so wired that you're just like, I'm in a fucking bad place right now.
It's generally always you're absolutely like destroyed, like just so tired, because you're there at the track from anywhere between 6:30, 7, and then you leave 8.
Yeah, 6:37 by the time you leave. Yeah, it's a full fucking day.
Yeah, and then
How is it being like the competitiveness when you guys are kids? Because you started when you were 7?
yeah, well, it was always neck and neck, always. Like, I'd be better at these few tracks, high speed, and then he would be better at low speed because he's lighter, and so obviously powered away is such
Everything.
a big game, especially when your like target is to be 190 on the dot, 190 on the dot, like with kart, fuel, and lead.
So the training would be kind of intense then.
Well, if you actually did train.
This guy's running like Palm Beach Sand Hill dunes.
Nah, didn't train. Probably should have, but yeah. My mate who I went with is now in 2 strokes and he's doing nationals. So
Fuck.
yeah, that's a whole different game. He quit like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be super fucking young and also just have the desire, because he's out 40 weekends a year.
Yep.
Like, he's not home. He's on the road.
So is this with the family being involved like heavily, or is it do you guys like jump into a team and then you train with a team or like an academy?
He's with a coach. He's with a coach. Generally, you would either be with a team, depending on how far you go up. Like, you eventually go up to nationals, and in nationals, you've got like you'd either pay into a seat if you're good enough. Once they offer you a seat, which is like 70 grand a year, and then you've got practice during the week, and then it's a full-time unpaid job pretty much.
What's the winning ticket though?
What's the winning ticket?
Yeah.
Going to open wheelers, and then you go to 86s, and then you go to Dunlop, or unless if you want to go like international, then what you've got to do is you got to go into Europe, go over to Europe and do 2-stroking there.
Yep.
That's the only really way how to actually earn like massive coin, like get into like F1, F2, F3.
Yep.
Yeah.
And was that at ever a stage in your life something that you thought you could achieve or do? or strive for?
I mean, I would love to do that. Like, that's everybody's dream here, to race karts, race cars, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, 100% be on the track for a living. Like, I wish I could have done that, but I started too late, and I'm already too old. Like, if like
The harsh reality, we're too old.
It's so weird that you say that though, but it's so true because when you look at when Max Verstappen and everyone was doing it, who were racing karts before,
yeah,
like they're so young, but they start so young. Like it's crazy.
yeah, they were in 2-stroke at 8, where like I was in 4-stroke, where 4-stroke is a lot more casual. There's no progression. You just like where I was racing, there was no progression from there. But like, if I really want to get somewhere, I would want it to start at like 15 or 13. Like, and now if you have a look at it, like people in F1, they're signing on at 21.
Yeah.
And that's a year away, and I'm not making 5 categories in fucking 6 months.
You can do a lot in a year, bro. I'm telling you. Oh, that's fair. That's a really good insight, I think, into karts. I think there's still a little bit more to unpack here, only because I feel like a lot of people actually forget. Maybe you can attest to this. I feel like a lot of people actually forget that on off season, or even sometimes during, whenever they get the chance, almost every real race car driver drives go-karts.
Yeah, 100%.
V8 drivers, like all the supercar drivers, all of those guys are doing go-karts, and there's a real good reason for that. And it's the lines, it's the things you learn. And you actually made a really good point before. It's about understanding the material that's underneath you and trusting that.
100%. So, yeah, the reason why everyone also goes back is because as simple as they are, they're not that simple compared to like where you've got anti-roll bar set up, you've got brake bias, you've got differential lockup, like how stiff you want that, where you've got one speed, you've got one brake, no suspension, no tuning, or you've got a bit of caster, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And how wide you want to go tires and how pointy you want to make it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fuck, what's the service on a kart like?
Oh, well, for us, we're lucky. We're lucky because we're in, like, honestly, what I was doing in Tika, cheapest thing, like, to actually, if you want to be competitive and actually do like a series, cheapest actual racing event out there. Like,
How much we talking?
well, for
Kart or year? Give us both.
okay, so rolling chassis is probably about $9,000, and then you get 2 motors because we've got pretty much 2 oversized lawnmower motors on the back. As like, if you really want to be realistic, they're about $1.5 each. So you're looking at what, 12,
Yep.
12 just for that, and then you need probably about $5,000 in spares.
Yep.
And then you need trailer, and then accommodation, food,
Fluids, all that
fluids.
type of shit.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you brakes, pads every race, rotors like once a year, half a year, and then oil obviously every race. And then obviously don't want to crack a chassis because that's fucked. No fun.
No.
So on kart alone, we're looking at like 25, 30 a year, just kart alone. Oh, actually, no, that's a lot less.
What? No, it's half that.
It's like 50.
It's about 15 to 20 for the cart.
Yeah, and then all
Yeah.
the maintenance work as well.
And maintenance
So
and
it's
like,
like, yeah, you give it like doubled.
yeah, pretty much. Like with the trailer, because
Yeah.
we've got 2 teams. We've got 2 teams in the one trailer, where the trailer's about a 20-foot trailer with like a set 7-foot neck on it. And so we can fit up to what, 4 karts in there, but that's just a 2-kart trailer with spares, motors, tires.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the tools.
It's a full racing team.
Yeah.
It's sick though, because I feel like it's so enjoyable, and the reward I feel like can be quite high, and just the general sense of team and camaraderie and brotherhood and stuff. I mean, not that chicks can't do it either, but like, I'm just saying, like, getting a team together and doing that and experience something like that, I feel like is, maybe entry point is the wrong word, but I feel like it's a really good experience for people to have who, I don't know. I mean, look,
Especially
cars.
at such a young age, it's like,
Yeah.
you've got your own racing team.
Yeah, 100%.
And then everything you're doing it at, maybe not saying the professional level, but a professional level at that go-kart genre.
Unbelievable. But like the caveat to that though is that cars are fucking expensive
Oh, yeah.
to race. So the comparison and the reality of doing it in the karts, I don't know if it's cheaper, but it's cheaper.
Yeah, it is. But I tell you what, if you actually want to, like, one of my mates was looking at racing, like the same guy who's doing nationals is looking to jump into the 86 series, and it's like tenfold, like the amount that you need a year, and like that's like half the events that like you would go to and practice and all that.
Yeah,
and that's just what a 20-minute race every month or so.
Fuck. That's so intense. We didn't get the chance to see the 86s, but when we went to the track last Saturday, no, 2 Saturdays ago, we got to watch the MX5 Cup and the Excel series the Pulsar series. Yeah. Bro, the Pulsar series guys are fucking off their heads.
I'll tell you what, I would love to get into that. It would be fucking a spicy fight.
Bro, the first 3 cars just would not let up on one another. I'm like, dude, this is the first round of the fucking season. They're just going so hard.
It was literally bonnet to tail. It was bonnet to tail, like fucking meals off from one another. It was how close they were getting.
Push and shove.
Yeah.
All the way.
Yeah.
All the way.
Did not let up the entire time. And I was like, that is fucking impressive. If like you understand pockets of air and like how cars overheat and all this, like, bro, I don't know how they did it.
That would have been burnt. Like, past red.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was really, really impressive. But it just made me think, like, for us as well, like Car Culture Australia, it's fucking sick that we kind of have our own little mini team. We all drive different cars. We've got a purpose in life in terms of what we're trying to do. But Tony and I were having a bit of a laugh last week and just a bit of a chat. He'll probably express a little bit more on that. But we were like, we need someone who's like a really good racer in the team to represent us at like World Time Attack and all this type of shit. So unofficially, we'd like you to be the driver for when we enter World Time Attack.
Hands down. Fuck yeah, are you kidding? That would be fucking sick.
We need to build the car first. But yeah, that would be like mad goals. I'm going to fucking try my hardest to get better at driving as well, but I just know that I'm not going to be able to keep up with you. So
no, all that topic came from, I was saying like we should do like an endurance, but in real cars.
Yeah.
Do endurance and we're like, oh, we could probably try to get better, but then we're like, oh, Ashton can just do the whole job.
But it's good because it gives everyone something to work towards.
Yeah.
And this is fucking huge goals. We're talking like 4, 5, 6, 7 years later down the line, right? But this, like, we were just thinking, it's a huge goal for us, and we definitely would want to do it. You still need a good driver at the end of the day. So.
100%. You need some, like, there's a difference between someone who can drive a car quick and having a fast car and being able to drive that quick.
I love how you say that. I love it.
Some fucking applause right there. That's that needs one. That's when you need an applause.
Yeah. Tell you what, there's a massive difference, because if you have a completely like stiff car and if you're able to drive that quick, you're flying. But if you've got a slow car with a fair bit of roll, but you're driving that quick, that's a lot more comfortable to do. Like say like driving your standard road car or whatever, and you can feel the roll in that when you're going through turns. Like that's soft, as you could imagine. But as soon as you get into a kart that's got like no roll, nothing, like especially like karting, like there's no suspension, no sway bars, nothing. Only twist and give you've got is of the chassis actually bending, which actually happens a fair bit, like with the rear wheel jacking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck. Gnarly. I still feel like we should all get together and do some mad go-karting though, just as like an exhibition. It'd be fucking sick.
It would be. We'd see Ashton just smash us. Or would he? Would he?
I tell you what, the amount of times I've done like karting, like rental karting, oh my God. Every single car is different. Like you may jump in the most dodgiest car and everyone's like, ha, I beat you. Like you're bad. You're not quick. I'm like, you give us an even playing field.
Yeah. So as a kid, like when everyone used to do like go-kart days, you would have been just like smashing everyone, like in high school and shit. You were like just flying down, lapping people, and everyone's like, how the fuck is this kid doing it? I do it for a living.
Well, yeah, I actually didn't have many of them. Like the most recent one that I've actually done was like towards the end of last year when went up into the car park area. Went up into the car park area. I forgot where it was, but we all went. It was Daniel, myself, Angus, Hannah, few of the. It's like a whole group. Hyperkarting.
Our producer's about to come in with the words of wisdom.
Entertainment Park.
Entertainment Park. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I've not good with names. Yeah.
Yeah, neither, bro. Don't worry. I fucking suck at it.
That was when Chris picked up his M2.
That glorious day.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Lucky bitch.
Yeah, lucky son of a bitch, and then wins more shit later. Oh, you go.
No, I was saying, leading on from go-karting, then when was it, did you jump into your first real car then?
Like as in to go around a track or something that was just like my first car?
I guess both.
Both, yeah.
First car? Well, first car was a VZ Auto V6 white ute. Absolutely love that thing. Had that for two odd years. Oh, I loved it. Drove it like an absolute animal and probably put it to the ground.
Yeah. Be honest. Did you do some P-plater mods?
No, I actually didn't. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it always goes. Here we go.
Yeah. I just absolutely just did stupid things. Got rid of the exhaust more.
Of course.
At one point, I was running it just from the diff back, like not having anything there. And then I ended up, I was like, well, I need some pipes for that. So I put on, exhaust delete from there back.
Yeah.
And so I had one set of mufflers and that was pretty much it. And I'd go around key banging through Belrose, which wasn't the smartest idea of my behalf.
Why is that?
Well, obviously bringing unwanted attention to an area that always gets in trouble anyway for having loud cars going through.
Right. And these people just happen to have red and blue lights, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. The boys in blue.
People. We love them.
So you ran it into the ground. Did you crash it or
No. I sold it.
for a good price?
Actually, yeah, I made my money back.
Fuck. That poor next P-plater who bought it off you.
No, it was actually, he was like 25, 26, and it was on his reds. So,
So he's losing his license.
Yeah, he must have lost his license so many times. And yeah, he came down from the Central Coast.
That says it all. No, I love our people up in the Central Coast. But okay, what came next?
A patrol.
That's where the patrol comes in. Okay.
Yeah. So I bought a RD 2.8, never laid in a 2.8. Mind you, I always was late because that thing was a fucking boat and was so slow. Anyway, I thought, oh, fuck it. I want to go four driving. I want to do this. Never went around to it. Never go around to it.
Really?
Yeah, just never go around to it. I always loved fast cars. I always enjoyed watching four-wheel driving. I never actually thought, well, I'm actually going to fucking bin something because the amount of times I went up into Ralston, up in the back of Belrose, just going around in there. I dented a few doors, dented a seal. I was like, yeah, nah.
That was what really stunned me because the first time we met you was at a track.
Yeah.
And then Hayden in the FG, he was like, oh, I've got like this go-karting. He's like a professional racer and he's going to come race my car. And then when the night ended, you hopped into your patrol and I was like, shouldn't he be in something fast?
Yeah, well, and Hannah was actually telling me the whole time to actually get rid of it. Like, you absolutely fucking hate this. This thing was a bucket. It was slow. Caused me nothing but problems. I did the most cheapest Band-Aid fix ever. Something that, like, realistically would have cost me like $3,000. I should have bought a whole new fuel pump. I bought this spacer for the injector pump where it would pretty much just tighten the spring a bit, which cost me like $15. Worked. And then I managed to sell it with it like that.
Oh my God.
And the gearbox blew not long after. Managed to pick a gearbox up for $250, including a transfer case. Absolutely like dirt cheap. Oh, yeah. That day was an absolute mission. I was like, because I had bought the rebuild kit thinking, it would be cheaper, it would be better. That cost me $500. Pulled it out, drained out all the fluid because I diagnosed about like 3,000 Ks earlier. I was like, well, it's fucked and needs a whole gear set anyway. Drained it, pulled like chunks of metal, like dead set this big, multiple. I've still got it in my toolbox at work. Just as like,
he's got a living memory.
I've dead set got in a Ziploc bag with like all the little other metal filings. And then, so I drained that and my boss like, go somewhere, find a box. So I went onto Facebook, found a box, messaged him, hey, is this still available? Like everyone does. And it was. Drove all the way out to bloody Grenfield. Went back.
Where the fuck is that?
Like directly with like the base of the Blue Mountains down the bottom.
Yeah, right.
Like driving Dad's truck to put in the back, like a tipper truck. Lifted it up like dead set, broke our backs, putting it in, and then drove back, dumped it off, and then installed it and drove out that night at 7 o'clock.
Wow.
Mission. So he's not only a racer, but he's a mechanic. What's he, a
A mechanic. That's pretty impressive. Now, before we get on to the next tasty and spicy vehicle that you've got, what was the first car that you tracked?
Well, it was Hayden's.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Tell us all about it.
Tell you what, it was a lot of fun. Enjoyed every single minute of it. But while I was going around, I was like, this needs to be done. This could be tighter. Needs more point.
It's a boat.
It's a boat. I'm bouncing over the track. Oh, yeah. It was a lot of fun, but yeah.
Let's be pretty honest about the difference in times here. Even though you've mentioned all of these problems, what did Hayden do that night?
I think like a 2:30, 2:31.
What did you do?
Oh, Hannah was timing and she clocked me at a 2:05 or 2:04.
And that's the difference, ladies and gentlemen.
Can you also mention the car, please? What was the car that you were driving?
I was driving a Ford Falcon Series 2 FG.
NA.
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 That's a big boy.
Yeah. It didn't have a turbo.
No. Big boat.
But the big question was, how the hell did you get Hayden to let you drive his car around a track?
I don't know. It was
Did he
because
come to you or did you go to him?
I think I went to him, and it was also because he was also wanting to put in his coils and shocks.
Yeah.
So I did the front coils and shocks with him, and also did a little bit of extra maintenance while I was there. I was saying like, hey, I'll pay for half. If I bin it, I'll pay for the price of anything, like as you would.
Yeah.
And so he was like, yeah, all right, sweet. So helped him put in the front shocks at his place. Oh my God. That was a mission. That was like some backyard boys, like bullshit. It was absolutely fucked. And then I was like, all right, let's go to the shop. Took it in the shop. Took 20 minutes to do the rear. Like it was dead set. Just drop the rear arm,
drop it in.
spring in, shock in. It was sweet. Yeah.
I just can't get over the difference.
Yes.
Neither can I.
That wasn't the only car you drove that night. I thought you drove two cars.
No. So I drove that car because I went to the track twice. So what was it?
But the same night you drove two different cars, right?
Was this? No, it was two nights. Yeah, because the next time I went in with him again, and then Daniel offered me in his i30N to go around the track.
Oh, why did I think that was the same night?
I think 2 nights. We did, what, three last year?
Yeah.
And then Hayden and Dan, they were always in it.
So what was the
That's
difference?
Ashton.
What was the difference between you and Dan then?
I think it was like 4 seconds.
Yeah.
What was the difference between an i30N, like a hatchback, front-wheel drive?
Oh, tell you what, I absolutely disliked driving the i30N.
Disliked?
I loved the point. The point was great. Power, gearbox, amazing. Hated the point. My God, turn one was scary. I was getting shit scared every single time I was coming around.
Wow.
Because I just had massive snaps of overseer. Yeah.
Wow.
The back would just go bang, bang. Like it would happen 2 or 3 times going through one. Yeah, it was scary.
Shit.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is maybe people could benefit for a couple of suspension mods.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, yeah. Also even tires all the way around.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's a really good point. It's funny though how you pick up those little nuances though.
Yeah.
Those little tiny things, this is the reason why I always like go to the track. Learn safety control, learn how to be in a controlled environment, learn a little bit more about your car, learn about what you can and can't do. And you pick up these little things, something that might be about to fail immediately, something that just needs to be better. Like, would you agree with that? Like doing that repeatedly, you don't only get better as a driver, but you just pick up the small things that could just completely change your whole driving.
Oh, 100%. Like the first night we went there was a minivan going around the track as well.
That was funny, eh?
It was so fucking stupid. Like, it was all over the place. Oh my God, the amount of body roll it had was stupid.
Did you say you knew that guy?
Yeah.
He's actually got sick cars.
He's actually got sick cars, like
And
full
why-
lineup of cars.
And why was he driving a minivan?
He just wanted to bring the minivan out there because he can.
Nutcase.
Bro, the dude was in like a full race suit, gloves, the whole lot.
I remember.
Shebang.
It was
Yeah,
great.
like I'm pretty sure I saw like a video of the actual it's like the Garmin like racetrack footy shit
yeah,
where it
yeah,
like
yeah.
gives you like the G-force, your turns, this, that.
Yeah.
Tracked you around the map as well, the track as well. Yeah, he had that
Yeah.
all set up and
I'm pretty sure also Draggy do that as well. Well, I want to get a Draggy to actually get proper times, but why wasn't he wearing like a set of slippers, a robe, a face mask and all that, going around and playing some fucking classical music? Like, honestly, he should have dead set been.
Well, you have no idea what he was playing in there, bro. The
No.
windows are up.
Yeah, 100%.
duh.
It's just one of those moments where you think, I always think back to that Top Gear moment where they got Australia versus England, where they did the little collab, and then they get like, I can't remember, it's the Maloo, and the Aussies think they've fucking got it in the Maloo, and then fucking Hammond comes up with a van, and they have no idea, but inside is a complete engine rocket swap inside the van, and it just slingshots past. That's what's inside that van.
Yeah, 100%.
What like it's I always I just call them lines, right? Like people call them driving lines. How much does that transfer from go-karts to driving? Like is it just literally line for line, like
Is it the
word for
same?
word?
Yeah, it would be the same, but obviously I haven't driven a kart on the track.
Yeah.
Like, the track is so wide, you'd just be flat foot everywhere you go. You'll blow the thing up before you get all the way around, like, honestly. But, like, yeah, massively. But the other thing is also, because I always do track walks the morning of, it always helps because you go around with other people, you'd, like, talk to other people, like, hey, what do you think? Go around here, like, nah, I'm out here and whatnot. Like, whether if you like, you're stand on the brakes, going a straight line, or you're braking up to the apex, or what is it, or you're rolling through the apex. So it's really hard not being able to walk it with other people, or like just putt around and chat with it, because you only got 15 minutes. Not
Yeah,
long.
true. That's if someone doesn't fuck your session up.
I was so lucky every single time I didn't get fucked up. I was so lucky.
You're gonna have to get him in the MX-5, eh?
Yeah, we should. You should get him with all the cars.
It's go-karty-ish.
Yeah, well, 100%.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah,
it's very similar.
very
Just
tiny.
a bit bigger.
Just a bit.
Is it? Like it's tiny.
It is tiny, but
What's actually a good question I always wanted to know. With the karting, how much modification are you actually allowed to do? Like, is there a boundary where you're not allowed to cross?
well, you're not allowed to touch the motors whatsoever.
You can't touch the motor.
Like they've got to be from this injector to this injector because they're a carby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can't change the compression. You've got a few clutch settings that you're allowed to go on, but the higher clutch setting you go on, you're just going to snap chains.
Yeah.
And that just fucks you. That drops you like 8 or 10 laps.
Is this more because of safety or is just due to reducing power to make it fair for everyone?
It's to make it even. Like not like even as in to like it's just so that people aren't dumping
Shitloads
so
of
much
cash.
extra money when
Yeah.
people don't have that money.
Yeah. Understandable. Because I was like, and you know, talking about 2-stroke, 4-stroke and all this type of stuff. I was like, has anyone ever just put a rotary on and just fucking sent it?
I don't think you'll go.
No, like 2-strokes have so much labor work involved. Like with road taxes, I think HD30s as well. I'm not too sure of the motor names, but you pretty much have to get the head rebuilt every 15 hours. The bottom end rebuilt every 30 or 40 hours.
Fuck.
And that's like $1,000 each time. So if you think about it, it's like you're getting 2 weekends before you need to get take the motor off and get it sent away.
Are you over it?
Over karting.
Yeah.
Well, like I've stopped karting this year. Like I've stopped karting because of work and TAFE, and like I don't have life. Exactly. Yeah.
No one's getting the big boy cars.
Yeah, and I actually wanted to get more involved in racing. Like my goal this year, once the car's actually up and running, is actually racing racing every 6 weeks. Because that's what I want to do. Because that's how much I was doing karting. every 6 weeks. So yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Go to the track every 6 weeks.
Absolutely. I just hope you got some busted panels so you don't break the good ones.
Yeah.
Maybe just take off the front bumper and all that shit so you don't have to fucking
guards,
worry
front
about
bumper.
Just new ones.
Yeah.
And track ones. Track set.
And then when you want to put them back on, you can just go, okay, a couple of clips.
Yeah, just having a full weekend just to change over the car to a race setup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's worth it.
worth it 100%.
Worth your back pocket, trust me. Otherwise, this guy's at the records like consistently.
Oh, I've already
already been there, I
been
think.
once. Yeah, I've already been there once.
Okay, so we should dive into it.
Leading on from the patrol.
Yes.
Leading on from
I
the
think that's
patrol.
what everyone's waiting for.
100%.
Do you want to bring it in or do I?
You bring it in. Why not?
The man, the myth, the legend that's sitting in between Tony and I is actually the man who bought my Ute, SS Spawn.
Yep.
And it was one of the best decisions that I've ever made for a few reasons, but the confidence in me selling this car to you was the fact that I knew it was going to a good home. I knew you weren't going to fuck it. And I knew that you had a passion for it. So for me, selling this car to you was like idealistically what I wanted.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to just sell it to some random from fucking Queensland who like whatever and just probably is going to fucking
6 months times we see it up, gone.
yeah, it's all gone. Like it'll be trash. Like
Yeah,
it'll just be completely fucked, crashed into a wall, gone. How is it?
Oh, I'm absolutely loving it still. It's great. It's going through a little bit of a hiccup at the moment with it, but that's all right. It's coming towards the sunlight, getting it back on the road. It's great. So really enjoying
Run us through. What's going on?
So fuel pump died on New Year's Day. In fact,
It's a terrible day to have it happen.
oh, so bad. Got back at what 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. On New Year's Day from New Year's.
Oh,
Eve.
okay.
Yeah. Going through. Sorry, and then parked in Hannah's driveway, and then went to start up the next morning to go out to get a late lunch because obviously wasn't feeling the best. Anyway, went to go start it. Crank. Oh fuck! What's this? Thought about it. I looked at all the fuses. Fuses were fine. I was like, oh god. So I call up Chris because he's pulled his car apart, as you guys know,
Mate,
too many times.
Man, that guy pulls his car apart every weekend. Just
He's
for
a
the fun of it.
nutcase. He's a nutcase.
He's like, I see this imperfection. It's coming out. I'm doing it again.
Yeah.
I'm fixing this.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep. So Chris, the mechanic, came and talk.
I called him. I was pissed off. I went to go get lunch. I said, hey, come over in like half an hour when I'm back from lunch. He had already came, fixed the car, parked it in the street by the time I got back. I was like, just wait. He's like, oh no, I'm coming now. I was like, what? I said, I'm getting lunch. Anyway, yeah, so fuel pump was dead. He slapped the tank a few times and off it went. So yeah, I did. I put a whole new pump in. In fact, I put the whole bucket and hat in. So I put a whole new thing up. And yeah, it's been starting great, running really well, just super rich. It's just backfire galore and just gurgling all the way down every single hill now.
Yeah.
So it's literally like his tune. Yeah. Ba, 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 ba.
Yeah.
How does it make that cam sound?
I tell you what, it literally, like, it's almost got the same effect with your eyes as it would have with E85. Like, that's how rich it is, just idling sitting there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, one thing that you could do when you go get it tuned is it is capable of, it's already got a flex kit in it. Why don't you just tune it for E85 as well and get 20% more power?
I've actually thought about that. I actually brought that up with Tony, and I was like,
Should we do it?
yeah, I was like, why don't I just do injectors as well right now and just get it tuned with E85? I was like, nah, don't do it. Not worth it. not
Oh,
worth
no,
the
as
pain.
much as I want him to do it and get that more power, I don't want this dude at every cruise we do and be
know.
like, bro, can we stop on the side of the road? I just got to fill up. Yeah. Or the next thing over the walkie-talkie is, I need E85. I can't stop at this servo. Which one is the 85?
He's got it all saved up on his maps, just like, this is all the 85 stations.
Yeah. There's what, like 2 on the beaches?
Oh, bro. If that? No,
Yeah,
is
there's
there 2?
2. Yeah. Sorry.
One in DY.
DY and Terry Hills. Yeah, I know. the amount of fuel I would fill up from there to there, I'd be filling up. Like, it would be full, empty, full, empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Let's save it. Let's
As
save
much
that
as it'd
idea
be
for
perfect and great, if you're going to drive it a lot, don't do
No.
it. Don't
No.
do
Yeah.
it.
98 all the way for now.
Yeah.
I would agree that if you do supercharge it, which by the time you do that, I hope you don't daily drive it.
No, a daily's coming next year, 100%.
Yeah, I just get an Echo, or a Swift. Apparently, you can't break them.
You broke one.
I did. I think doing it all at the same time, like the injectors, the supercharger, like it's still got that little bit more that you can do, and I think it'll be worthwhile saving up and actually just doing it all at the same time rather than in stages. Because you could technically do it yourself, and then fucking trailer it to wherever the fuck you need it to go. So you don't have to worry about labor cost.
No, labor cost isn't the worry. It's the actual part of the fucking supercharger. It honestly costs your whole body. It's so expensive.
Yeah.
So is that the next plan for the car? Or what's the plan leading into it from now? Because I know you just said you went to wreckers here and there.
Yeah. So I am fixing up a few things at a time. The more you own it, the more things you find out. Oh, dent there. This isn't right. Scratch there.
And it's black.
And it's black. And literally saw it in the sunlight this afternoon. And oh my God, I was like, swirls. Not
Literally,
happy.
this dude was at the shop once a week cleaning that car.
Oh,
I was like, it gets dirty.
Dirty.
He washed it the night before. He's there again the next morning.
I'll never own a black car ever again in my life.
Isn't yours now black?
It's fucking British Racing Green, bro.
I don't know what's wrong with your eyes.
It's not going to stay green much longer. We're painting it red.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Or yellow. Paint or wrap?
Paint.
Oh, okay.
I have no, bro. I can't even do a sticker. You think I'm going to be able to wrap?
Well, I wasn't saying you would. Are you going to paint it?
Yeah.
So he can paint, but he can't rap.
Yeah. Honestly,
I
go
don't know.
figure.
Go try.
It's going to be great. We're going to buff it all the way back bare metal and just many layers of primer as we can, and then just fucking as many layers of paint as we can do.
No, just keep it metal. Yeah, you never have to wash it. Just gurney straight up to it. You won't even need to worry about paint coming off.
Yeah. No, we got to do it because we've got a body kit coming.
Yeah.
And we want it to look sick. And I wanted it to be white. Tony told me that's a bad idea because it's a track car.
Yeah, the amount of tire marks you're going to get is nuts.
Yeah,
Exactly.
which you can never get out.
No. Well, unless you PPF, and then you got to take the PPF off and put it back on.
Bro, who's fucking doing that to a track car?
The track slot.
It is a track slot.
Track slot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Makes
still, we're
sense.
not going with white. I just
Yeah,
hate
no,
white.
no.
It's boring.
I
You
just-
got to do something colourful.
I was just like, you'd never see an MX-5 NB white.
I don't know where he got this statement from. You see them everywhere. They're all
don't.
white.
No. NAs.
all white the other week.
No, NAs, NCs, and NDs
Just
white.
white.
I never see MBs white.
Okay, maybe no MB's white, but there's literally white track cars everywhere.
Every single car.
Everywhere. It's just white and black or silver
White.
and black or whatever. It's like
Wine
white's the
bronze.
base.
Wine bronze.
Yeah.
It's also just cheap.
Yeah.
White is a cheap colour.
That's probably why they're everywhere. Okay, going back to the car. You're saying there's little imperfections that you just want to make perfect.
Yeah. So at the moment, I've been very pedantic about the outside. So I've been wanting to fix out the outside and any mechanical issues. So yeah, I've been fixed. Well, there weren't any mechanical issues. The bushes got done. Absolutely great. Drives so much better now. So much better.
Haven't tried it yet, so I have no idea.
No, you should. It's great. And then what I want to do, like I've bought a new front bar because that was absolutely jank. The bottom was absolutely like about to fall off. And then like there weren't any dents, just scratched up, and then I scratched it on the first day. Oh my God.
What?
Yeah, I scratched it on the first day.
What do you mean?
Like I'll show you after that. There's a little scratch on the side going through a car park. I got so pissed. So
What car park? Where?
the mall.
I never took that thing into that shopping
Yeah,
centre.
and it's still to this day, I only park in one if I do go to the mall.
Yeah.
And I honestly tried to never go in that car, never ever.
Yeah.
It's
If you
just
do, you have
fucked.
to go on the outside. You have to park outside.
Outside, or there's one inside car park where you can actually park in.
Fuck, you're running the gauntlet.
Yeah,
I also just never used to drive it into shopping centers because if you fucking put the gas pedal down, even if you're going slowly, you set every car alarm off.
I haven't actually set. Oh, that's lies. I was about to say I haven't set any off. I actually cold started in the garage about a month ago. I just started 20 seconds later. I got out, walked about. I was like, oh wow, this is really loud. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. got some like older Asians next to me. I'm like, oh, they're probably fucking going mad. And then next minute, set off Dad's car alarm.
Dad's car alarm.
Luckily, there was no one home, so I was fine. Sprinted upstairs, unlocked it. I was fine. But
I was about to say, this man's done a cold start early in the morning. This sounds like the parents aren't home.
yeah, well, and also having the garage is never
an echo chamber.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was also facing outwards.
Have you? I gave you those mufflers for a reason.
I haven't put them on. No.
Okay.
No.
I told him that he should put them on for really long trips, especially with his missus if you're going to the Hunter Valley. Because
he's never mentioned that.
Nah. Oh,
it sounds too good through the throttle when you're like, oh no.
Nah, yeah, the amount of times I've gone from Gosford and back, I've absolutely just had the death stare on me the whole time. Just absolutely not happy. Absolutely just pissed off. Hated it.
What, your missus?
Yeah.
No, she loves it.
Yeah, loves the drone, as you would know.
Well, you just got to go just a little bit under or a little bit over that little rev range, and then you're fine.
Find that happy line.
Yeah, but the little bit's like 10 Ks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do 120.
Well, that's
what do you normally do, right?
Yeah. And then you're going to do like 130.
Or do 110.
Yeah, but it's still doing it there.
I don't know. I just tuned it out, bro. I was blasting metal music, fucking having the best time ever.
Yeah.
It does sound good. That's the thing. Because that exhaust, the way it's built, all you have to do is change the tips, the real axle of it, and it can completely change the whole thing. Yeah. So you should give it a go.
Yeah,
with the mufflers on, it actually grunts hard in the cam stationary. Like it's actually pretty nice. But yeah, it's obviously just not as aggressive when you're going.
Fanging it. Yeah.
Oh, well, what are you going to do, eh?
Go back to fifth, and then there's no problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just want to also get rid of that rattle that you wouldn't know and love at 1,500 RPM going through the...
Oh, yeah, fuck that thing.
Oh, so annoying.
I know. But music, bro, I'm telling you, music.
How loud would you have had the music? You almost would have had it full to be able to not hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 37, 38.
Almost at 40.
Yeah. Well, no, then the DDL or whatever it is kicks on, you can't fucking have it there. it brings the bass back down so you can't play the bass in the car. Oh. Sorry, that was really romantic, wasn't it? We were just connecting over the car. Tony's like...
It was. All I heard was, it sounds good.
I wouldn't have met this guy without that car.
Yeah, I actually have heard the story about it.
Yeah.
You two actually connecting. You were saying oh, who the fuck owns this? And driving up and you two met, and then that was when it was pretty much stock, wasn't it? And just had allowed.
No, this was when it was all done. It was just I think COVID just finished off.
Yeah, and that's when I finished it.
Oh right.
And it was Sunday morning meet, and then we rolled to a set of lights. And then, I saw this ute, again, sounding real nice on the set of lights. It was fucking early in the morning. So there was no cars around. And then my little brother next to me, I was like, I never drive fast. The little brother next to me, I was like, fuck, I'm not going to pull up next to this dude. Fucking heavily ass-cammed ute in a fucking morning on a set of main road traffic lights, and it was red. 4 lanes. I was like, fuck, this guy's probably going to give it to me on a Sunday morning. There's no one around. So I rolled up, trying not to park next to him. And then the light turns green. I was like, I'm ready for him to fucking just rip it down the road. Big, straight road. This guy doesn't move.
No, parts.
He just stood there. He was waiting for me to roll up. I was like, oh, no. He's one of those little dicks. I want to just race every single person they meet. So I roll up, gives me a nice nod, and the next thing, he fucking floors it. I was like, sweet. So I turned off. I had to go to the shop, pick up some shit, and then head down to the server another 20 minutes down the road. And then when I got there, met my mate who organised the whole lot, started introducing everyone. And then there's also and also that ute parked at the very other corner of the servo. He's coming with us as well. Tom's his name. And I was like, wait. And my brother was like, that's the ute we saw at the set of lights. That's the dude. That's the dude.
What other dude would be there at 5 o'clock in the morning?
Yep. And that's how we met.
Yeah. That's sick.
One day you'll meet your own Tony.
Yep.
One day.
It will.
One day.
And then going from that, what are your plans with taking it to the track? Is it to come?
Yes, 100%. So obviously, once I get the body sorted out a little bit more, I'm doing brakes. 100% doing brakes.
KS brakes?
I'm tossing up. I tell you what, I am tossing up. Because it's either I'm going to do the 6.4 Brembo brakes, and like, because I've been speaking to SS Wasp or 55 Wasp, because he just recently got it done.
Yep.
I was speaking to him about it. He's
Yeah,
like,
he installed them this weekend.
I've been speaking to him since.
Shout out Jordan. He'll love this.
I've been
He
talking
did a little cheeky black and white at the start as well. And I was
Yeah.
like, hang on a second. Hang on, it's finally on.
So I did those. I was talking to him about it. I was like, because I really want to go Brembo. Like, that's where I'm like leaning towards. But there are a lot of like individual little parts that I need to get
That's right.
to sort out. And also shipping it from the States, blowing rotors, pads,
Yeah,
bolts, drilling out the knuckle. So, yeah.
it's still cheaper than buying HSVs though.
Oh, HSVs are so expensive.
Is the marketplace still fuck for them on Facebook, but they want $4,000 for a set of used front caliper HSV brakes?
Well, it depends which one you're talking about, because you can get the AP Racing like VE.
Which is HSV brakes, just rebranded.
Yeah, 100%. Like I've seen like used, scratched up, absolutely like destroyed for like 3.5 with fucked rotors, fucked pads. Yeah,
And they're still like, yeah, I want $3,000.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 It's in the labeling.
Tell him he's dreaming.
It's insane.
You are better off buying brand new
Yeah.
in that scenario.
100%, especially if I'm gonna actually
Do what do you do with it?
Yeah, 100%. So
Yeah. I don't know if the 4-pod is completely necessary in the rear, but the
I mean, like what you said like a few episodes ago, if you actually fill out the whole face of the rim, then you've actually got like some game, because if you don't actually fill it out, like it's like you've done a half job, like you've just done front brakes. Like
this guy's just used a YouTube episode against me.
Yep.
Holy fuck.
yeah, like literally, like yours, like you've got what, 8 and 6.
8 and 6,
Yeah, could say it's a little bit excessive.
I don't know if I should be impressed or insulted. The guy's just used a Pro Speed Racing YouTube video against me about big brakes. Fair play, touche.
Dude. No, my intentions was I'm building a show car.
Yeah,
I have to go big.
yeah, especially when you got 22s.
Yeah, 22s. No other person runs that in Australia, so I was the first to do it. That was the fact I want to go with. There is another car out there now with similar brakes, but it's not daily drivable. No, it doesn't drive it. It sits in a workshop. So, facts there.
There you go.
But no, like everyday driving, 6-pot front, 4-pot rear, you're standing 356. That's like all the V8 supercars run. Some go up to a 380 with the floating rotors, but with the stuff you want to do and be able to fit factory 18s or even go down to the 17s, 6-pot, 4-pot, 356, perfect setup. Any car under, let's say about 800, it's going to stop everything.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because that's after the brakes, it'd be mad to actually get you a pair of like 18s.
Yeah.
19s if you have to, but like 18 wheels
18s, yeah.
and try sort you out there.
Yeah, because I want to go 18 by like a 45 sidewall.
Yeah.
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 And go for like a square face instead of like,
Yeah. Battle stance.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That I genuinely believe the lap times that you could do with that setup. Yeah.
Just drop.
Because 20s, it's a controversial topic, right? Like, can you race on 20s? Of course you can, but
Are they going to be quick? Is it going to be quick?
like you have no sidewall. Like
No
you've
sidewall,
got
no roll,
No.
no grip. The tire's just going to fold.
yeah. So you can have fun on 20s, but if you want to get serious about setting better lap times, like
100%.
Like you need almost 2 sets of rims.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what people do.
Oh, 100%. That's what I want to do instead of semi-slicks and instead of just whatever.
Dude, it's fucking brilliant. You go to Power Cruise, you get everyone's stocky rears come out of nowhere. They dust them off. And then you get them with like fucking 8 tires just for the rear.
Yeah.
And then they fucking switch them back, put them back to their daily drives. You're sweet. Off you go.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be, honestly, the way I would want to do it. But, yeah. And then because I absolutely love Super Pro, like, after getting the bushes done.
They're good, eh?
I think everyone.
Yeah.
I want to get the front caster arms done. I want to start getting the front done as well because I was just going through the Burson's catalogue after getting it dropped at work. I saw it. I was like, oh, I could just do a naughty purchase right now, but no.
Save it for when you know you need it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
just give yourself a goal and work towards it. But yeah, Super Pro, fucking shout out Super Pro. They are fucking top notch.
Yeah, that's sweet.
You combine it with fucking Tony's suspension as well. You go ham. It's funny. We were going through a couple of bushings after a few track days towards the end of last year, and we've actually noticed. I'm not going to name any names, but like they're completely gone. Like we did 3 track days with these new control arms, and the bushings in them, brand new by the way, like disintegrated in the hand. I was like, that's kind of pathetic. But it just goes to show like the difference in material, or the difference in like who makes them and the quality of work that goes into them. It's never happened to me, or do I know of a story with Super Pro where that happens?
And the fact that it's in the catalogue.
Yeah. You could go metal, but you would never daily drive that.
Still want to enjoy it. Not-
Yeah.
Yeah, because ideally I would like to be sub 150s. Like that's the goal.
Do you think you could do it in the Ute?
Yes.
Sub 150s in the Ute?
Yeah.
With fucking hectic suspension mods, I fully believe that.
Yeah. Like I have thought about doing like a weight or like a weight plate for the rear just to get some weight out of the rear because there is nothing there. Absolutely.
You know, underneath that tub liner, there's actually a gap about that deep that actually sits over perfectly the rear wheel line. It's no joke that deep. If you got a steel bar
Oh, lead bar.
and bolted it,
Yeah.
put the tub back on,
Yeah.
no one would know.
No. No one. No, it is. I've also thought about that. And then you can get some, the caster arms? I'm pretty sure you can get adjustable caster arms for the rear. I'm pretty sure it's...
Mr. Holden man, is that true?
There's some arm in the rear. I'm not sure which arm, but you can get adjustable in the rear to help it.
I'm pretty sure you can get anything you want in that car, right?
Yes,
like,
you can, yeah. Well, there's not much to do for you.
Yeah.
Get the fronts right.
Yeah, exactly. I tell you what, I love a pointy car. Pointy car with touchy brakes. Honestly, if someone can actually drive a touchy car, like a car with like really tight brakes, it's my favorite. Like just touchy brakes. I swear no one ever talks about it, but it's honestly the best.
It just means
love
they've
it.
got shit brakes, doesn't it?
100%. But I'm just talking about like some OEM cars come out with like an okay brake. Like
Yeah.
you've actually got a fair bit of trouble. But I mean, like you're stopping on a diamond when you're just tapping it.
Yeah. Like the Hondas, the Accords, the
Yeah.
Integras, they
Yeah.
have a fucking pinpoint brake in them.
Yeah.
fucking Hondas. Love them.
Well, the next question was, coming out of the patrol, what made you get the Ute?
Oh,
Because it's a very unique pickup. And the amount of time this car was on sale, and Tom flaked that many buyers, and then you ending up with it, is fucking mind-blowing. The amount of people that was like, your fucking mate doesn't reply to my messages, I'm cash ready to buy this car, and to then you actually buying it, and I was like, fuck, it was just meant to happen.
It's so funny you say that. I had a friend who actually, she called me out and she's like, are you actually fucking selling the car? Or are you just saying that you're selling the car? And I was like, I'm selling it. Like,
like you mentioned over 3 or 4 months, it's always like, if you want it, it's there. Come buy it. Like you mentioned so many times, time after time after time. And I was so hesitant. Like I always wanted the VF. Like everyone does. Always wanted the VF.
Yeah.
Just too much for what they are. Like extra 15, 16.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Yeah.
For the same thing.
Still for the ute or more
Yeah,
sedan?
ute.
Ute. So you just wanted, you were
so
set on
it's
a
the
ute.
exact same thing.
I was set on a ute,
Yeah,
always.
sold on the ute. Okay.
You just wanted the front end.
Why? Was there a reason why?
Why I wanted
The ute.
ute? Oh, I was always hesitant about the DOD.
Yeah.
Or about that going through the motor and what it could cause down the line.
Oh, bro, I fucking deleted that thing immediately.
Yeah. The amount of stories I've seen, like with just motors going to shit because of it.
Yeah.
And then also because the interior was nice. I really liked the interior, and then the front end also got me there. But yeah.
You know, you can put a VF front end on a V8.
Yeah, I know you could literally do a mock-up HSV all over if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing's
Sick.
stopping you.
No.
If you
nothing's
truly,
stopping, yeah.
because there's nothing different about the VF and VE Ute. They just changed the front end.
I know. So sad.
It is kind of sad because the sedan VF looked fucking mean.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think you made the good choice. Obviously, you made the right choice.
So it was just Tom fishing you the entire time, enticing you. Just
Entire
it's
time.
there,
Yeah,
it's there, it's
I saw
there.
like one or two VFs, and also Daniel also just it's there. It's there. It's there.
They say he sells cars.
He's a salesman for a reason.
It is a salesman.
Can I just go back? You messaged me once a week going, what about this? What about this ute? And I went, no, Tom's ute. What about this ute? No, Tom's ute. What about this ute? No, Tom's ute.
Yeah, and also going back to my girlfriend Hannah, also saying, no, don't get that one. Too much. Get this one.
Wait, what was her reason to say no, don't get that one?
Oh, I'm just spending too much money, and because at first I wanted a white ute, like I wanted another
Fair.
white ute,
Yeah.
and then it was like, no, you've already had one, get a different color. So yeah, I was like, well,
Completely different. Just go fucking black. The
black
worst color.
yeah, black.
The hardest color to maintain.
It's the most gnarliest car. Like, because when you see it, you just think fucking AC/DC flag out the back, fucking ripping burnouts in that thing. Like, it just reeks fucking Australia. Holden black SSU. You're like, fuck.
The amount of kids that like actually stick their head out the window while I'm driving. Like I drove the other day, like completely forgot, and this kid had his full like head out the window, just full like just drooling over. I was like, I even got shocked looking because I forgot.
Yeah.
I was like on a 5-minute drive.
It's the best feeling though, right?
That is the best feeling.
Sometimes you need to go to certain areas at certain times in the morning. I tried to clock up how many times I could get like an acknowledgement just by going out on one drive.
Yeah.
And I remember driving out to Vaucluse because I used to live in Woollahra in the eastern suburbs. I used to have this little track that I would do. Just perfect. It's always like 5:30, 6 a.m. in the morning. No one's on the road. And it's just perfect bends all the way around. Don't tell the cops. But it was just, and it would echo through. So you got the ocean out on this side, but then like tall buildings on the other. So the way
6 in the morning.
I'm not that bad, dude. I clearly was onto something. There was fucking McLarens, there was like Ferraris and stuff doing the same thing as me. I was just like, all right, let's fucking go. It's the best time. And it's almost picturesque because you go through like Rose Bay. You got the sun coming up. You got the boats on the water on flat water. You're just like, oh, I'm in like a fucking movie.
Yeah. Only thing, this is so loud to cold start in the morning.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
so loud. Oh, I'm like, I hate driving to work in the morning. Like, absolutely hate. Like, I literally catch the bus because of it. And plus, Brookvale's a hole to park in, full stop.
Yeah, it is. What? Yeah.
Yeah. I catch the bus because of it. And my neighbours, I don't want to get fucking in trouble and getting EPA notice or getting in trouble getting cold.
I never did.
Rocking up to the door. Yeah. No, not fun. No.
You haven't gotten in trouble though from the cops yet, have you?
No.
Fucking told you.
Oh, I've got a story about that.
That was the thing. Yeah, let's go.
So I was driving up after TAFE on a Friday afternoon, driving up Beacon Hill Road, and obviously,
Traffic.
Yeah, and I just picked up Hannah from the mall, heading up the hill, just past the bend. I was in second, and I see the highway patrol just sitting there, just waiting, just lurking. It's like, oh fuck. Go to third. I was way too low of a speed. Just starts backfiring out the back rather than going past the cop. I started absolutely shitting bricks. It's like, bah, 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 just right as I go past. It's like, fuck. Change back down to second, make it even louder to blip down to second to drive up the hill. Oh, thank God they didn't come after. I was absolutely shitting it.
They love it, bro.
Yeah, they love it. I don't know how you didn't get in trouble.
That was I was always surprised.
Yeah.
You guys are off your heads. People fucking love it. It sounds good. That's the thing.
It sounds good, but just how loud it is.
It's just loud. It's not quiet. It's just loud.
If I could get stopped at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, whenever it was, in fucking in where the fuck Longreef, on the way to the airport, where there is dead silence and no one around, and a cop pulled me over for a breath test and doesn't say shit about the fucking sound, which I would have been the loudest thing known to mankind at that time. For him just to be like, yeah, nice to you, see you later.
How about when I was driving a patrol? It completely stock, mind you, but besides an exhaust. Went past you, Daniel, and who else was there? It was somebody, and Angus, yeah.
And pull you over.
And pull me over. And pull me over. Like, you and Daniel was going bang, 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 right next to it, just to give the shits to the cop. And we were going through Mossman and like, nah, me.
I dude, that night, because I got to watch it in real time because it came past me and I was like, where the fuck did you come from? And pull you over. I was like, oh no, what's he done? I was like, your car's unregistered. Like, what's
Yeah, and they tried.
There's nothing else you could get him for.
They try to get me done for not having brake lights because the patrol, like the actual brake light like housings, don't actually come with brakes because it comes on the bull bar on the top. I'm like, where are your other brakes? I'm like, well, there's 3. Can't get me in trouble for not having brakes.
It's factory, bro.
Yeah, it's factory. I literally had to explain them and like, have a good day. And yeah. Idiots.
Thanks for taking one for the team, though. I appreciate it. I didn't need that heat. Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah. Are you going to do a second season of this or is it just going to be one complete season? Like, are you going to take this on the road, or you going to like? What's the future plans with this this podcast?
Oh, good question. Oh fuck! Do you want to answer this?
With the podcast,
I've stumped you too.
Well, look, so we
ideally
know
the studio is always going to be the home of it.
Yeah,
But like we've always said, like if we could bring it interstate, or like when we go over to another state, even to another country, and we could do a podcast there, it'd be fucking sick. Like if we get a chance, we're going to be doing it.
yeah. There's dreams and aspirations that we have. Like maybe we do something with Hin, and maybe we're like the entertainment to Hot Imports Night, and we'll do a live podcast there. Or like, there's a million possibilities of like what this is. At the end of the day, it's community driven, and it's to get people on like yourself, workshops, like people who are passionate enthusiasts about cars, right, and telling mad stories, and whether like positive and negative, right? But yeah, being able to go to like the WA car scene, for example, we pack all this shit up, take it over there. And we have a full week there, maybe of media where we do, podcast or a track night. We'll do, all the things that we need to. So in answer to your question, is this like a season thing? Yeah. Bro, this is every week until it stops.
Yeah, right.
So it may never stop. I don't know. We could be 50 years old and we've done, like, I don't know. The podcast, whilst community driven, is just a good way for us to hit a few objectives and actually just people just sort of get to know who we are. Yeah. Which is why it's so important that even people like yourselves who are technically, like you're a part of the CCA team, getting everyone on and actually just having a yarn, it's just another way for people to sort of understand who we are.
Yeah. And
so like, I feel like that answers the question. Yeah.
It's just ongoing, and then to share the love of the car scene. It's just like talk to everyone in it. Meet other people from other states, people from where there are all kinds of cars, Aussie, Euro, JDM, supercars.
Yeah.
Everyone, just if we have the love for it, it's gonna go. Until you say the car scene dies. Dude, where's my cars going on?
Yeah, like, to be honest, it would be a dream if I could take this around the country and do this podcast in every state. Yeah, cool. It would be another thing to say we went to Japan Auto Salon and did the podcast there.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Like, I don't care if it's with an HKS drive or it's just us just having a yarn or it doesn't matter. But like having that opportunity, fucking mad. Also, how mad would a CCA holiday be to Japan also?
It would be absolutely nuts. Everyone would be off their chops, just running around like headless chicken.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, same. So if we can make that happen, that'd be great.
The amount of people that would get lost.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone would just...
Angus.
With Chris.
With Chris.
With Ashton. Just everyone.
They would all be going to bloody claw machines. There's so many claw machines over there.
That or just the vending machines. I just
yeah.
see them like one at each corner, and Tom and I was like, where the fuck's everyone? We're going to get to this place, we're going to get to that place, and then fucking all the kids are just running off.
We'll pick you up in 4 days.
Just give them the sleeping bag and off they go.
Yeah. One of the Japan. We've often talked about Japan before, not just for the auto salon. There's a lot of reasons. It's like an amazing place. Number one, it's probably my favorite country in the world. Just being able to go to the track for $25 and just fucking fang it, and just have the best time ever. Like, there's so much opportunity.
There's so much stuff you could do. Rent cars.
Yeah.
Drive around the mountains.
Go-karts. Mario Kart go-karts
on the main streets.
On the main streets.
Yeah, I've seen that. That shit's nuts. I tell you what, I really want to do some of the togos there. They look so sick.
Yeah.
Like everyone wants to, but I just really want to.
Yeah. And Taiwan, for that matter, as well. Like, we need to go to Taiwan and actually experience the car scene there, because unless you know, Tony will speak on this but unless you know, like, the scene in Taiwan and in China, it will blow your fucking mind. You've seen nothing. Like, people are like, oh, SEMA this and that's like, bro, SEMA ain't got shit. Like, if you've been to the China show, it's like you'd need more than 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's a whole lot. Like, generally, each country is to their own. It's like the Australian scene. Like, Burnouts here is completely different to what it's like over there. Like, each country really has their own taste to the car scene. And it'd be a dream to experience every single country's car scene because it's different and it's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to any of the China shows, automotive shows, like you can't really finish one. It's that big. They're sometimes over a whole entire week.
Jesus Christ.
And the amount of halls and levels they have, due to just how big the population is over there, it's like, if you want to walk every single row, every single trade stand, I don't think you could really finish it unless you're like flying through it and not really like looking at shit in detail. You ain't finishing. And plus, the amount of people you're going to swerve through to get to each little thing, forget about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're doing it.
But we're doing it.
Oh, I'm excited.
Donut
Japan,
right in the
SEMA,
middle of the thing.
Taiwan, China, everywhere.
But like, yeah, the podcast, bro, it's just a way for all of us to connect. And we love doing it because it's less intense compared to all the other shit that we're doing right now. Like, everything we do is really fun. At the end of the day, that's like the cornerstone of what we do. All the series, the MX-5 series, Robin series, like, all of that stuff is fun, but it just takes a lot of time. Like, it's so much more to it. Whereas this, whilst there's like an organizational period to it, it's just like, it's so easy.
Plus, we get all the juicy topics.
Yeah.
Talk about the nice things. People get to understand us.
Yeah.
And you, generally the guests.
100%.
What's your passion of joining CCA as well?
Well, so I like when I still had the patrol. Absolutely bring it back to then. Absolutely loved just going out with you guys and watching you guys just go out all in a group, just enjoying each other's company. Like, that
sounds so lovely.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
It sounded like a big family, more or less. Like, that's pretty much how I saw it. It seemed like just
Full Fast and Furious family, dude.
Yeah. Just a whole bunch of friends just going out, and just like, that's what I wanted to be a part of. It's just something I wanted to be. And Dan kept hyping up when I used to see him on the weekends and whatnot. I'm like, when is this happening? Like, what is all this? But now I can truly understand and say it's amazing. It's a great thing to be a part of.
100%, dude. Well, I'm glad you're a part of it. I feel like there's a lot of aspirations and a lot of things to overcome and challenge yourself with over the next few years, because fingers crossed, this is going to take off. Please. And look, I don't know where we're going to be in 2 years. I don't know where we're going to be in 5 years. I don't even know what we'll be doing next year. I have plans of what I want to do, but I don't know where we'll be.
Yeah.
All I can say is that there's a very promising future if it pays dividends.
It all goes to plan.
Yeah. Because what we create and what we put on and what we're a part of and what we film and stuff is like the opportunities are endless, bro.
Yeah.
Endless. Like
Endless.
I made a sort of lighthearted joke before, but end of the day, like when it comes to sort of serious driving, there will be times where it won't be such an exhibition anymore where we're just having a yarn. Like we will enter races and it probably will get serious.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
But I'm excited to put that on and actually make a team out of that to make that happen, because that's special. Like building a team and then building a car together when all your blood, sweat and tears goes into that, and then you race it and you do it all year, you're competitive. Forget winning. Like that's one thing. It's just
Racing it.
yeah,
The whole
doing
journey
that.
it goes through with the amount of people we have,
Yeah.
it's just fucking fun.
Yeah. And yeah, when you're doing it with your mates, like fuck.
Doesn't get any better.
Doesn't
Yeah.
get any better. Doesn't get more competitive.
Yeah.
A lot of throwing spanners and shit, but catch. At the end of the day,
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball, right?
that's it. Dodge any flying wheels that come off any car.
Oh, yeah.
What do you want to? You've got a better understanding of sort of what we do and what we're all about. What do you actually want to do? What's a goal for you?
Ideally, what I would like to do is, I guess, travel around the state and race on different tracks, whether if it's competitively or with a bunch of mates. Like that's something that I've always been about racing, because I'm always scared about racing or doing anything on the street. Like I'm going nuts. Like it's not my thing. Just that once that worry's out of my head, I can actually focus on what I want to do.
I love it. It just goes back to last episode when Mario was on. It's like you have to get that out of the blood when you're at the track, and then once you do it, you're set for another month or two. But do it at the right place. That's good.
Yeah, because it's not nice always having that feeling like, oh, did I get caught? I got to wait 2 weeks now. Like, just see whether if you get done by camera or anything like that.
Are you potentially speaking from experience right now?
No, I would never.
Never
Never.
slightly or even lightly lose a bit of traction.
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've actually got a really good sign off, and you're actually going to help us get to this. What's the one piece of advice that you could give people listening to this? Mind you that everyone listening to this could be 16, they could be 50, they could be a racer themselves, they could just be someone wanting to get into it. What's the one piece of advice that you could give someone who wants to do what you do or wants to get into what you've done?
Having an open mindset on how everything is going to react. Don't have a set time or goal that you want to achieve straight off the bat. Understanding the vehicle is more important, or the equipment that you're on, compared to actually being like, yeah, I want to do this at this pace. I want to overtake this amount of people. No, just have a open mindset. Be straight with like, oh, I want to understand how the kart reacts when this happens and this happens. Because once you can control that, then you can progress and make it into like one smooth move, more or less.
Man, this guy's just buttery with his words.
Just like the way
Smooth.
he drives.
Smooth criminal. He's just dancing that car as he's going around.
You just got to feel it. It just flows. You got to get the rhythm.
Guy's doing salsa in a go-kart.
But no, I can't wait to see Ashton in the ute around the track when it's all done, because
It'll be,
insane.
yeah.
I want to see that sub 150.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal.
Sub 150.
Sub.
Not 150s,
No,
sub 150.
Some 150s. I've always been 150s. I want to
Yeah.
go 10 seconds.
Not holding you to it.
Not holding me
But
to it.
holding
do you
to it.
think-
Yeah.
We'll see it
Yeah,
this year.
no, I reckon
This year?
I would like to say this year, but there is a lot of things that need to happen.
You also need way more track time.
Yeah, 100%. Like, that's what I was saying. Like, do it every 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Minimum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way.
Because what
More
you
experience.
You said you hit, 155 in Dan's.
159, yeah.
159.
in Dan's.
So
and
you
that
want
was,
to cut down a solid 10.
yeah, another solid 10, but that's also with a completely different experience of driving because I've never driven a front wheel drive car fast. Sorry, it was just not. It's
Can we just say you did that in 3 laps?
Yeah.
In my car.
yeah, and I only had a total of 5.
Yeah. So next track night, when I put new tires on my car,
All round plays,
Yeah.
I'll throw you the keys. We'll see what happens.
exciting.
Okay, beautiful. I guess that's a message to sign us off today. Thank you very much for coming on the show, Ashton.
No worries, of
I know
course.
you're always around us, but
Yeah.
thank you. If people would want to follow you, where should they go?
Follow SS Spawn with 2 underscores at the end. Definitely
SS Spawn, that's on Instagram.
on Instagram. Yeah,
You on TikTok?
no, not on
Not
TikTok.
on TikTok.
Nah.
Okay.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Can't be us.
Yeah. You're just posting the same thing twice, like unless you're literally going to create new things twice a week.
Yeah. That's where the kiddies want to follow you, though, man. So put up all your track shit on TikTok. Don't even think about it. Just go bam.
Bro, the
Bam.
amount of people that watch track stuff is insane.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
So definitely something you should look at.
Thank you. Yeah, I will.
But no, for us then, you got anything else to say?
Do you want me to sign off, do you?
I don't mind. You can sign off. I can sign off.
Okay, Ashton, mate, thank you so much for coming onto this potty, man. It means the world to both Tony and I really hope the audience took a little bit of value coming out of this episode because I think what you've done is really, really important and it speaks a lot of gravity to what people love at the end of the day. And whether you are, like, you have no interest in driving on the track, like just driving on the street, you're still going to know how to drive the car.
Oh, 100%.
There's still so much you got to do just to get everything right. And I think a lot of people could just take a few pages out of your scroll to enjoy that. So thanks, man. I really appreciate your time.
No worries, of course.
If everyone wants to follow, like, share, subscribe this podcast, you can do so. You can either do it via the Car Culture Australia social media channels, and it's just that, Car Culture Australia, except for Instagram, which is car.culture.australia. I'm not changing it. But if you want to go on YouTube, type in Car Culture Australia as well, it's going to be there. Dude, Where's My Car is available on every single platform. And if you could just do me one simple favor. Everywhere you're listening to this on, it means the world to me if you could actually just give it 5 stars, comment. I'm pretty sure there's polls. There's everything to this. And the only reason why I say that is just because it tells us that we're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
As you've heard in this episode, we want to take this around the country. We want to speak to everyone. And we've got major, major plans. We've got some pretty cool people coming on already. And that's really nice. But for us to be able to know that we're doing the right thing and doing the right thing by you guys, if you actually tell us that on the show, it speaks gravity
It does.
to sort of what we're doing. And we do read the stuff that you guys already send in, and it is really nice, and we take it to heart. So thank you. And until next time, hasta mañana.
Yes, sir. Thank you. See you later.